So, today, we're digging into something huge, the massive split in how companies are handling AI governance. We're going to unpack a major research report that shows there are basically two completely different worlds when it comes to AI. Each one has its own philosophy, its own rules, and trust me, its own very real consequences. Let's get into what really separates them.
All right, before we dive in, just a quick heads up. What you're about to see is a super brief overview of a massive 15-chapter research report from Virtualization Options LLC. This is not legal advice, of course, and comes with no warranty. We're really just scratching the surface here, but the goal is to give you a really clear look at the core findings.
So here's our roadmap. We've taken all 15 chapters of that report and boiled them down into 6 key themes. We're going to start with the big foundational split. Then we'll see how that split affects everything, from risk and rules to data and metrics, and then the really crucial part, the human impact and the big takeaways.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, the Great AI Divide. This is it. This is the big idea from Chapter 1 of the report that basically cuts the world of AI governance right down the middle.
And here they are, the two competing worlds. On one side, you've got organizations that are shareholder value focused. For them, the North Star, the only thing that really matters, is maximizing financial returns for their investors. But on the other side, you have customer-focused organizations. They build their entire strategy around customer experience and earning long-term trust. Now, this isn't just some marketing slogan, it's a deep philosophical split that ends up shaping every single decision they make.
So let's jump into our second section to see how this all plays out. We're going to look at how those core philosophies change everything from strategy and risk to how they deal with regulations, pulling from chapters 2, 3, and 4 of the report.
This right here really captures the essential tension, doesn't it? The shareholder-focused companies are all about speed, about getting that market advantage, and their biggest fear? Financial risk, losing money. The customer-focused companies, though, they prioritize being thorough to keep customer trust. Their biggest fear? Relationship risk, losing that trust. And that one thing, what you're most afraid of losing, defines pretty much everything else.
And you can see how that plays out in the real world of rules and regulations. The shareholder model often goes for what the report calls minimum viable compliance, basically doing just enough to check the box and follow the letter of the law. But the customer-focused model, they see regulations as the floor, not the ceiling. They actively try to go above and beyond, which completely changes their relationship with regulators from something adversarial to a real partnership.
So, how does this affect the actual nuts and bolts of AI? In Section 3, we're going to see how these differences pop up and how they handle data, how transparent they are, and, maybe most importantly, how they even measure success. This covers chapters 5, 6, and 7.
You know, for a shareholder-focused company, data is an asset. It's a resource to be used to create as much value as possible, as long as it's legal. But for a customer-focused company, customer data is treated as a sacred trust. The goal isn't just to maximize it, it's to respect the customer's autonomy with things like privacy by design, because they know that trust is the bedrock of the whole relationship.
And when you look at where they're willing to invest when it comes to transparency, wow, the priorities couldn't be more different. Customer-focused organizations pour money into things like customer-facing explainability. That means making sure a regular person can actually understand why an AI made a decision. You know, getting a clear reason in plain English for why you were denied a loan. The shareholder model, it tends to focus more on internal audit trails, which is really more about protecting the company than empowering you.
At the end of the day, what gets measured gets managed, right? Well, in the shareholder model, financial metrics can be almost half of how they're judged. But in the customer-focused model, the customer experience is king. And look at that, they have an explicit, heavily weighted score for ethical alignment. This isn't just a different report card, it's a completely different idea of what winning even looks like.
Okay, on to Section 4. Let's talk about who gets a seat at the table and where the money actually goes. This covers chapters 8, 9, and 10, and it's all about who's involved in decisions and how resources get allocated for AI.
The difference in who they talk to is just stark. The shareholder model is very top-down, very hierarchical. Information goes up, decisions come down, and investors are the main people they're talking to. The customer-focused model, though, is participatory. They literally build advisory councils with their actual customers and employees to build AI governance together. It's a true partnership, not just a PR plan.
So, how does an AI project even get the green light? In the shareholder model, it's a pretty direct path with one person at the top making the final call. But in the customer model, that second step, consultation, is a really big deal. Proposals get reviewed by customers, by employees, by ethics committees, and that means a project could be totally changed or even shut down if it raises red flags about fairness or privacy. The accountability is spread out way before a final decision ever gets made.
This chart really shows you where the money goes. In the shareholder model, that slice for governance infrastructure is often seen as just a cost of doing business, something to keep as small as possible. But in the customer-focused model, that slice is way bigger. They see things like bias testing and transparency tools not as a cost, but as a strategic asset that actually builds trust and creates value in the long run.
All right, now for a really critical part of this, the human consequences. Section 5, drawing from chapters 11 and 12, digs into the deep ethical differences and how each of these models affects the actual people working at these companies.
This quote from the report just nails the shareholder model's approach, which it calls instrumental ethics. Basically, ethics are important, yes, but they're important because ethical mistakes cost money in fines or brand damage. The ethical choice is often just the one that makes the most sense on a spreadsheet. This is totally different from the customer-focused model, where ethics are treated as a core value separate from any immediate financial gain.
And here is the impact on people. These numbers, they're just staggering. In customer-focused organizations, 78% of employees feel confident about their job security with AI coming. In shareholder-focused ones, only 34%. And look at the massive gaps in getting good training or having any say in decisions. This just goes to show that the choice of governance model has huge real-world effects on the people inside the company.
Okay, let's bring it all home in our final section. We're going to pull together the insights from the last 3 chapters of the report to talk about the challenges each of these models faces and what the strategic path forward looks like.
So the report gives some pretty clear advice. For the shareholder-focused companies, the recommendation is to widen their view of risk to include more than just dollars and cents, and to start investing in governance as a strategic tool. And for the customer-focused companies, they need to make sure their detailed governance doesn't slow them down too much, and they need to get a lot better at showing the world that their responsible approach is actually a huge competitive advantage.
So we'll end with this question for you. These two worlds aren't just theories on a slide. They're actively being built all around us by the AI systems being deployed every day. One is building a world optimized for financial efficiency. The other is building a world optimized for human trust. And the key takeaway from the entire report is that every organization using AI is making a choice, whether they realize it or not. So, which world is yours building?